Hello and welcome to another Impulsive Compulsion video here at Question the Truth with me, Celeste Klingfist. And I'm thinking about talking about how about reality, because it's kind of screwed up at the moment, isn't it? My god. Yeah, so talking about reality. What is reality? There's so much strange things going on, so much strange things talked about. Like, it's a simulation, it's a hologram, it's we're inside of a black hole projected from a dying star. There's so much strange things, and yeah, my version of the reality is kind of strange too, since that's instead it's I know that I made a video earlier last year or something like that stating that we are probably living in fractal looped world. So that it's because of the fractal loop that we register multiple dimensions. What created the fractal loop is probably life itself. But in that video, I'm talking about the time travel loop. So it's a fractal time travel loop. Meaning it's man-made. So in the distant future, someone or a lot of people might or might not travel back in time to change things from happening when they can't figure out how to do that in that timeline that they do. They instead write something that can be read in this timeline, and they go back in time and write it down. Because there's something wrong in one way. It's Torah. It kind of makes me a bit uneasy in one way. The Talmud or whatever it's called. It's a lot of text written down, and it's basically using 2 days. There's there's names and things happening that is written down in a book that was written over 5,000 years ago. Meaning, either someone was able to see into the distant future or create the future in such a lively way that others also took it to heart and actually created it. Or it's just a part of a simulation, or it's a time travel loop. Someone traveled back in time. So it's really strange. At the same moment or at the same time, I'm thinking of the other things I've been thinking of, that life creates itself from nothing, apparently, but I don't think it's nothing. While I was writing my book, I heard his voice to my head, in my head. It was like life itself was speaking to me, stating that I don't want to die. Yeah. Well, still, I'm a bit numb to the idea of dying, actually. Someone told us that we're gonna die. They also gave us the perfect food in order to die. They also gave us the perfect environment for us to die in. So, yeah. Impulsive compulsion, yeah. So, I don't know. It's it's such a foreign idea, foreign thought. I know that if a war breaks out tomorrow and we don't create stability within like a month, people are gonna die. And yeah, me laughing about it, it's a coping mechanism. I noticed one thing with Aom, that it almost sounds like it's um, how should I say, a copied laughter. Um, because when I laugh, I use, well, when we laugh, we have the huh, and then we have the and the when I was in the middle of the awakening, I noticed a lot of strange things like the perspective, like the fountain of youth. I just laughed. I was in a bathtub and I was lying and I was having like my head, my nose under the water basically, and or it was above the water. I think I could breathe at least, and about as far away as possible from my body, I held my hand, and when I moved it back and forth in the water, it got bigger and smaller, and it looked like a baby hand, and I was just laughing. So this is the fountain of youth. It's a perspective. I was like, okay. So the person was bathing in some clear water, and he thought it was the fountain of youth. Awesome. Awesome. Then you think back, and clean water, it's not natural. It's in very few places where we have naturally clean water, where we are able to create this perspective of the eye, which was really fun. But I was lying there and I was laughing about it. Like, it's so sad, but I was laughing about it. Why am I saying that it's so sad and I'm laughing about it? Yeah, I'm saying that because somewhere when I was meditating, I got a whole lot of insight about myself and things that happens around us. But the it has the same tone that ha 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 when I laugh. The the om is just a prolongation of the the a. And when you do that, the chest starts to vibrate, and when the chest starts to vibrate, it calms down the heart rate. You understand what I mean? So when you get emotional, your heart rate goes up. So you can either use but it's kind of crazy to do that. But you can do something else. Actually, when you feel sorrow, you can laugh about it, because the laughter becomes compensation for the sadness that you feel. So you cancel it out with laughter, with the A tone. Found that frequency, or that thought, that I found that thought to be very interesting, and I want to know more about those frequencies that do that. But I'm still tired, and as you can see, it's quite late. It's even just turned to another day. Good morning, people. Yeah. Um. Uh. So when I laugh, this is strange reality, basically, and I've also noticed that things that I think of, and not just think of and think is true. It's when I know it is true that it changes everything around me, which is strange. There's a what what got me to really think about what reality is was actually the Mandela Effect. Some people stated that Mandela died in prison, and others stated that he died in the 90s, or just recently, 2013 or something. I don't know. I don't follow the information actually that much. But I did notice other things that I couldn't explain. Like the Mandela effect was really strange because I had my memory of something, and then it was no longer right. It had changed. But what I later on came to tell others were that it never changed here. It's never changed here. We came here. We shifted reality because the other reality, we got spirited away or something like that. I don't know how to explain it, but we shifted up a notch, or we died in the other reality and we got here. Who knows? The stranger thing was that I was on medication and I woke up in the middle of the night, and it was this really strange sensation. And it was then that I noticed the information that I am not in the Sagittarius arm of Milky Way. I am in the Orion. I was like, okay. I got really sad because everything around me was so different. And everyone else also thought that I was different. Of course I'm different if I'm not from this place. But I shifted because I don't know. Maybe it's because CERN had a little bit too much fun. They broke through different layers of earlier loops in the fractal, and my mind states might have been going back and forth. I don't know. First I thought I was crazy. I really thought I was crazy. Then I met other people that was talking about the same things, and some of them were really scared. I was scared. I felt other people's feelings. I I didn't understand everything. I started to see things that was manifested out of fear, because fear is a really strong emotion, so you can manifest things from it when you're afraid. And that kind of started making me wonder what kind of reality this is. And why not a simulation? I'm still on the path that it's a simulation. And it goes on for all eternity till it doesn't anymore. And for me, this place is just place between worlds. As I said earlier in the last video, I basically think that we are still unborn. Well, we're still unborn in one sense, because we are inside the womb of someone, preferably our mother, and not a womb in a laboratory. So yeah, and we go through this electromagnetically created universe. It's kind of like our dream before we wake up. Because think of it, you're living this life, then you die, then you wake up as a child, a baby. Wouldn't that be scary? Well, I have a lot of strange thoughts. Could be that this is our only life, our only chance to live, and we have to take care of everyone else's sins. We bring them upon us. And when we die, we become part of nature. That's also beautiful. And that should stress me up. I have this strange feeling it's not the end. It's not the end after this life. But even if it's not the end, we should still live our lives to the fullest, as if it was the only life you would ever get, as long as you respect other lives. Yeah, think like this. There could be a civilization that is so advanced in the future that would be brought down by any little change, electromagnetic change, that it would be such an unstable society that everyone is accepting each other, and let's say there's multiple races. It's an intergalactic society, civilization, and it's communicating through telepathy, or what we call telepathy anyway, the universal language is feelings. So if we cannot communicate with true judgment and true altruism, then we won't be able to take part in that world without going through multiple cycles of schooling. Which is basically like torture for some. Or like walking in on a banana peel. I don't know. I do not know. No, I cannot give you any answers at all. I can't give myself any answers because I'm still I don't know. When I was like between 10 and 15, I thought that everything was like a hairband, expanding and then imploding, and in the implosion create an explosion, and that would be the breath cycles that we live by. Still kind of think about it like that. Kind of. Just a little bit. Just a tad bit. Nothing we can do about it. Just live our lives to the fullest. As appreciative and grateful as we can. I don't know. But what I have noticed is that if you can be healed by a placebo effect, and placebo, I'm going to search up for the word here now. The definition of placebo. This is the definition of placebo. A usually pharmacologically inert preparation prescribed more for the mental relief of the patient than for its actual effects on disorder. An inert or innocuous substance used especially in controlled experiments testing the effect of another substance such as a drug. Usually it's a sugar pill. So you use a sugar pill, and people think it's the medication, and because they think that they just got medication, they start to heal themselves. And then when the doctors say, yeah, the medicine shouldn't have worked because it was sugar pill, then some actually get their sickness symptoms back. Why is that? Because that's a very strange thing. But yeah, I say that the world is placebo, and we should still respect it as as good as possible. But some of the things were not created in a good way. Like, we have people that think, and we have people that don't think. We have people that think and they do things for their own gain. We have people that think that do it for everyone's gain, and sorry about that. It's really, really, really strange. I don't understand. Um, you know the placebo effect. Think of it as the whole world being placebo, and you can gain a non-resistant state, and someone tells you your bicycle is being stolen now, and you're like, my god, my bicycle is getting stolen. And it turns out that that thought created the situation. That's what placebo is. And I've noticed before. I had my bicycle unlocked for like 2 months, I think. And then I had my best friend, my yeah, she was on she was here eating some food with me, and we were talking about the bicycle, and she tells me you shouldn't have it unlocked for any period of time because there's so many thieves here, and she was just uh, putting in a lot of negative thoughts into my head. And what happened? Well, the day after it was stolen, but it was unstolen till that thought was created. That is because we create the situations that we perceive. But it's not as simple as to just do something. You need to be in the non-resistant state. And in order to be in the non-resistant state, you actually need to rid yourself of your judgments. Now, after I were around people that had a multitude of thoughts that I didn't like. I kind of got back into the judgmental state. And I've stayed there since. I've been judging people back and forth. But it's my own damn values and morals. That's the problem. That has been the problem. Because the ultimate rule and law, law, and guidance rule is firstly, all life is sacred. All life is equal. All life is equal. All life is sacred. Respect life and life will respect you. It's that easy. Well, it might be quite easy. What's not so easy for most people is actually to get out of their state of mind and walk into the state of no resistance. So it's really difficult to just tell people to get into the state of non-resistance. What the fuck is the state of non-resistance? I can't answer that. I just know that when you enter it, you no longer have any judgmental thoughts at all. You don't judge anything around you. You just feel things. You don't think, you feel. You send out your feelings. And in one way, you just act like a fucking stupid 5-year-old kid, basically. But you're like in heaven. There's no problems. There's no past haunting you. There's no future disturbing your peace. There's just you and now. You live in the now. It's nice. It's really nice. I like that. I liked it so much that I want to stay in that place for a very long time. And I stayed in that a mental state for 4 months. 5 months, I think. 4 or 5 months, anyway. Well, 5 months till I got drunk, though, but... Oh. Yeah, this is not happening. What do you think about the reality? Please tell me. Is there anything that you want to pinpoint about the reality as it is now for you, or the global reality? We also have all other reality stuff like the wars and the values clashing, people not being able to understand each other. Yeah. I actually think I'm gonna go to sleep right now. I've been recording. Let's see. I've been recording 13 videos. That's about 13 hours or something like that. Well, 13 hours of videos going to be remote. Oh well, it's been remotely pushed out, and there's gonna be some more videos because I have another at least 3 videos, but I am going to make them tomorrow, which is today, later today then, and I probably have some more things to talk about here. Of course I have to talk about let's see. I need to talk about B cluster. There, good. I now have put in some videos on my queue, and I hope that you've been following this strange, maybe deranged, mad story that I've been telling now for the last 13 videos, and it's going to be spoken about in even a couple, or well, it's 4 more videos or something like that. 3 or no, 4 more videos, and perhaps more depending on what kind of thinking pattern I have. But this thinking pattern here is just a part of my brain. I'm giving you the creator's mind right now. I think it's good to be as honest as possible. If you're going to be honest, then you need to give out the encryption too. Can't just encrypt stuff you create. You need to give out the encryption key also. Otherwise, others will not understand how you were thinking. And you thought thoughts that you did. Anyway. Ooh, I'm so tired right now. I'm gonna go to sleep. Have a real nice evening. Yeah. Cause it's 1 a.m. here in Sweden. Yeah. And it's Tuesday the 24th of September 2019. And I say to you, thank you for watching. I'm really grateful. I actually am really grateful that you actually stayed the whole video. Because, yeah, I don't know. I was a bit low energy here for a couple of 3 videos now, so yeah, I'm not gonna re-record them. People will have to see the true me. I'm not perfect. No one's perfect.